Uh, Hello guys, today in this live stream I will basically show you how we can develop a Electron.js image background removal desktop application from scratch. So let me show you the demo of this desktop application. If I run the Electron application guys, npm start. So I'm developing it inside Node.js. Electron basically it's a desktop framework for building desktop applications using web technology such as HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So we have made this interface using Tailwind CSS, which is a UI framework for CSS. So in this framework you will basically see there is a choose file button where you can actually select image files, and then there is a button out there to remove the background, and then you can even save your image files at a particular location as well. So now if I basically select my image file, whatever image file that I want to remove the background here, if I basically select this file, this is actually the file here which we will be removing the background. If I select this file and click the button here, remove background, so it will basically take some time here, and after that it will actually remove the background here, and you will basically see guys the background of the image has been successfully removed right here. And now we can actually save this image into a particular location in the computer. I will simply click the save image button, and now I can select the location wherever I need to save this image and click on save. So now if I check this, you will see the image is successfully saved right here, and you will see the background is successfully removed right here. So we will basically build out this free application guys, which doesn't use any sort of API key. It is simply using a simple Python library. We are basically executing the Python command, and it is actually removing the background of the image. And let's suppose I take another image. Let's suppose I take this image here. I need to remove the background here. So I will simply select this image, click on remove background. So once again, it will take some time for the image removal, background removal, and then automatically it will show. You will basically see the background of the image is successfully removed. Now we can save this image in our whichever location we need to save. And now we can check here. Basically the image is successfully saved right here. The background of the image is successfully removed guys, and this is the actual application we will be building in this tutorial. If you need the full source code guys of this application, desktop application, the final code is given in the description of this live stream. You can purchase it using PayPal or Stripe in US United States dollar or Indian rupees. So both the payment links are given in the description of the live stream. So you can check out the payment links. So now let's get started by building this application. So first of all, we are actually using this desktop framework, which is actually called as Electron. Electron.js, if you know guys, basically it's a framework for building desktop cross-platform desktop apps with JavaScript, so HTML and CSS. We are using this framework, and we will basically show you from scratch. Let me delete that and start from scratch. So here inside your project guys, you just need to install this Electron dependency as a native dependency. The command is npm i electron. So I have already installed this, and for removing the background guys, we are actually using a free Python library. If you go to this background remover, we are actually using this package to actually remove the background of the image. Pip install background remover. This is the actual package we are using for our project. So it's a free library which actually removes background from images, and also it can remove background from videos as well. You can read more about it. This is the background remover package. So the command is really simple. You just need to install this command, which is pip install background remover. So you should be having Python installed. So pip install background remover. This is a command line utility. Basically, I have already installed it. So it has its own command line. If you just write background remover, this command will work. Here you need to provide the input file and output file. So we will actually use the child process module to actually do this programmatically. So first of all, we will initialize our Electron app. So for doing that, we will actually import app browser window and IPC main for the inter-process communication in Electron, we will need these modules. So we need to require it from Electron. And then we will also be using the child process module. So we will use this execute method from it. We will extract it. And for saving the files, we will also use the built-in path module. So, and also the file system module. So just import these modules, require file system. And after that, we will simply declare a variable here, which is output image path. So just declare it, and main window as well, main window of the application of the desktop app. So here we will now create a function which we will call it as create window. So this will actually create the window for our GUI application, desktop application. So this function will be called, there is basically app, we can app, whenever the app is ready, this is actual function will execute. When the app is ready, after that then is a callback, then we will actually execute this function. So inside this function, basically what we need to do, we need to initialize a window here. So we are using main window variable, and here for this we will use the browser window. In Electron, we can provide the width of this window as 800 and the height of this window to be 600. And web preferences object, we will simply say here node integration to be true. And the second option we need to pass here, which is context isolation, to be false. So this simply means that we are actually using Node.js inside our Electron application. So this object is very much necessary, this web preferences. So after this, guys, we will actually load the file, whichever file we need to. So we will simply use the load file method, and here we will simply say here we need to load a index.html template into our GUI application. So whenever the application is closed, guys, this function will execute callback. So this is a simple event. We will simply make this main window to null. That's all. This is a very basic code of Electron to initialize the Electron application. So in the same directory, we will create a index.html file, simple template, and we will change the title here, background image removal. So we will simply have a heading here. This is sample app. So if I now need to run this, we will simply say npm start, and you need to simply add a start script inside your package.json file. Simply add a start script and say Electron dash. So this will actually start your Electron app here. So this basically the window is there. This is sample app. So we are basically having our Electron app here. And now instead of printing this, we will basically now initialize our template. So we are actually using Tailwind CSS, guys, for the styling purpose. So we will actually include the CDN for Tailwind. That's all at the very top, so that we can use the Tailwind classes. So in the body, in order to change the background color, we will simply say here body class, and we will change the color of it BG gray 100. So after this, we will simply have a div. We will give it an ID. We will give some classes to this div, which is flex, item, center. These are all Tailwind CSS classes. Horizontal scroll. Sorry, H screen. This will be H screen class. Inside this, we will another have a div here. This we will give it a background of white, BG white. So width will be 96, W96, padding will be 6, P6. It will be rounded, and it will be having a shadow of medium. So inside this, we will have an input type of file where the user can select a image file, and we will be giving an ID to it of image input, and some classes, Tailwind classes, margin bottom 4, P2, padding 2. It will have some border, and it will be rounded, W full, width will be full. So if you just see, guys, basically if I restart the application, you will actually see there will be a choose file button right here. A card like structure will be there. There will be some shadow right here. This is actual interface. So after this, we will have a simple button to actually remove the background. So we will have a button here. So this button, we will give it an ID of button. So this button will say remove background. So we will basically give it a tailwind classes to it. So the class will be, background will be blue, 500 shade, text color will be white, P2, padding 2, and it will be rounded button. After this button, we will actually show the image. For that, we will show the live preview to the user. It will be result preview, and we will give it a class of margin top 4. So here the image will be displayed after the background is removed. After this, we will actually have a simple button to save the image. So here we will simply say save image. So here the user will press the button and save the image, and we will give it an ID of save, and BG green, background green, text color will be white, and padding will be 2, and it will be rounded, margin top 4. So if I refresh the application, guys, you will basically see the interface is almost complete here, and now we just need to write our JavaScript code. So right here, just make a script tag and make type to module. This is actual module here, and here we will require some things from it. So we will say declare a res path variable where we will be storing our path of the image, and we will be requiring two things, IPC renderer and remote. So this will all be coming from the Electron, and then we will also require the built-in path module as well. So we are actually using Node modules, so that's why inside our Electron application. So now we will select the button here. We will bind a on-click listener. So whenever we click this button, what should happen? We will execute this callback function whenever you click the remove background button. We will actually take the image which is selected by the user. So we have given a ID. If you check input element, image input, we have given this ID. So we are actually selecting, getting the reference to this element and image path. So it will be input files 0.path. So whatever the image selected by the user, it will get stored inside this image path variable. And then we need to simply send this to the Node.js server. So here comes the IPC communication. So here we will say IPC renderer. It contains a method of send. It will send out an event. So we will send out, you can call this event anything. I will call this as process image, and we will process this image. So now we just need to receive this event, which is process image, inside our index.js. This is the beauty of Electron, guys. Here you can send out events and receive it. So what we can say is that we can say here IPC main, and we can listen for various events. One such event is process image. So here it will have event output path and file path. So here you can see we are sending out one information here, which is image path. Okay, I think, yeah, this is a process image. So we are only sending the input image path. So here we are receiving this event. So this will be image path. Sorry, this will be image path. So inside this, what we need to do, guys, we need to do the processing. We need to remove the, first of all, we need to get the image path.join. We will say app.getPath. We will store this inside a temporary location. We will not be uploading this file to the server. We will be storing it inside a temporary location. So we can do this using Node.js, using app.getPath temp. And after this, we will give it a file name. So this file name, let me give it as dynamic file name, date.now. Every time this will be unique. So date.now output.png. So after this, we will simply invoke the command, guys, which is background remover followed by -i and here we need to provide just change it to backtick symbol, and here we can simply embed our dynamic variable, which is image path dash o for the output, and here we will provide the output image path. Here you could see that. Close the double quote. That's all. This is the actual command, guys, and just close the backtick symbol. That's all. This is a command. We need to execute this command programmatically. Here we will use the execute method. Pass the command here, and inside this callback we will simply receive this, and after this we will check if any sort of error take place. We will simply console log it and simply return. If no error take place, then we will simply send this image back to the, we can use main window, web contents, send. We will send out this event, which is background removed. So this event, you can call this anything. I will call this that. So we are basically passing the output image path as an argument. So this event, we are passing it back to the index.html file. So we need to receive this event inside our index.html file. So we just need to receive this event, guys, using IPC renderer. So we are passing this event background removed. Just go to index.html, and here outside this we will simply say IPC renderer on, and this time the event name is background removed. Your background is removed. In this case, we will have this result image path variable in the callback function, and inside this, guys, we will simply display this on the screen. So for displaying it, we will simply say, I think there is some kind of error here. So we will be displaying it preview deview document.getElementById result preview. So we have given the ID here to the result preview. We were just targeting it, and then we are creating an image element inside the document.createElement, and image element we will create, and image element.source is equal to this. We will say file followed by the variable, which is result image path. So here we will say preview div dot append child image element. That's how we will display the background removed image. So if I now refresh the application, if I try to upload an image, select the image, click remove background, it will take some time, and then it will display the background removed image. You can see that, guys. So now the image is displaying. So the last task to actually, if I click this button, I need to open a dialog window where we will be saving this image to a particular location. So how we can do that? We can bind a on-click listener to this button. So we have given the ID save. So we can say document.getElementById save. We will add an event listener to it whenever we click this, and so right here we will extract a library or the dependency, which is dialog, from the remote, and here we will construct the output path, which is path.resolve remote app.getPath. We are storing it inside the temporary location. We will extract this image using, and here we will pass our res path variable. So what we need to do is that we need to, once we get this image, right here, if you see, we just need to background removed. We need to store this image in the res path variable that we created. So We global variable we created at the very top, res path, we are storing this image path variable inside this so that we can use this right here. So after this, we will actually open the dialog box. So we will show a dialog box. So for showing it, we will use basically this function dialog. It contains a function which is show save dialog. This is part of Electron, guys. Electron contains this, and here we will provide the default path which is equal to output path. And the second option is that is the filters. You can even apply some filters as well. So whichever files you need to filter out. So name will be called as images and extensions will be only PNG. So just paste it here. So this is the thing, and after this, basically it's a synchronous function, so it returns a promise. So, and here we can simply send out an event, send save image request, output path f dot file path. So we are basically constructing a function. We are passing these two things, output path and the actual path of the file which is there. So we just need to create a function here, send saved, and here you will receive these two arguments, output path and the file path variable. And here we just need to say IPC renderer send save image, and here we need to pass these two things, output path and the file path. So that's all that we need to do inside this file. Now we just need to receive this event which is save image inside our. So right here, guys, yeah, this is the thing, IPC, just outside this IPC main, and whenever we get this event save image, we will catch this event, and basically these two things will be passed here, output path and the file path. So inside this function, guys, we just need to use the file system module, and there is a function called as copy file. So copy file simply it copies the file which is selected by the user from one destination to another destination. So we need to transfer from output path to file path. So this returns a callback function, and we just need to send out event to the front end that your image has been saved. So image saved and file path. That's all, guys. That's all that we need to do. And now if you run your application, you can even save your image file as well. So if I select input image, click remove background, and now the image will be, click that, you will basically see a dialog box appearing. You can save this inside a location. Let me delete that. You can give it a file name, let's suppose result, save, and now you can see the file name has been successfully saved right here. This is a very nice application, guys, very good application, image background removal. I think you will get to know a lot of things about this application, and if you need the full source code, you can go to the description, purchase it using Stripe or PayPal. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next live stream.